Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Growing Cliff Bonsai for Seniors. Today is July 10th of 2024. It's 8 p.m. Wednesday. 74 degrees Fahrenheit or 23 degrees Celsius. Up popped Tiny Tim. That's my Cotoneaster. The branch, when I was pulling the roots, the branch came up with the root. So, because as they crawl, when the branch touches the ground, they usually root. So it was a good thing for me to get. I took some cuttings. I don't know if they took, but it was a bonus. So I was soaking it for 5 hours with some mucus in the water, and you can see the feather rock. It just floats. I don't know if you can see it. Let me bring it down more. There, you can see how it floats. It doesn't really sink. So that's feather rock. But let's put this here. You can see the nice root system it has. So what I'm going to do is, you can see where the brain hit the ground right there. So all I'm going to do right now is just to cut these little ones off, put them into the water, right where they're going at the base. And a couple over here. I got some old potting soil. Maybe these will root, I don't know. I mean, not these real little ones. So I'll let them sit there and soak in the water. And this can be like a nice little tree with a little house under there, if I can find a little house. Yeah, Kevin's digging over there. Now this piece here, I have to get my other ones because, you know, nothing cuts wood like iron would. Put that in there. So I don't know, maybe that'll grow something. Now this, I'm going to let it get some roots because you can see some roots here, so I'm not going to cut a lot off. The only thing is, we can cut it back just a little bit. So when you cut, usually I stop. You go down and then you stop where the stem is at. And that'll always give you a cut so it doesn't look like you cut it. And then back here, we can give it a little bit of a prune here because it's going to be a little long because the way we pulled it out, and doesn't have the mother plant feeding it yet. So we'll cut them there. We'll come back till I stop and then cut. And we could open this up a little bit because right here, this one's growing. I don't know if you can see it, it's growing into here. So that's like a water shoot going up. But cut that and put that into the water. So there's a lot of nice cuttings in here. And because I want this to go this way, I'll take this branch off. And then cut this one back just to get it going. We're going to let these soak. And yeah, I got still the arthritis. You can see how swollen my finger is. And I got it in the shoulder too, so it was hard. Didn't do much today. But you can see we can have it like a nice flow this way. So let's see how it's going to look in the pot. I got a bigger pot because this is going to have to go out for the winter. And I want these roots to grow. So, and I got a nice rock for it. So how can we put it in? We can put it in something like this. So what I'm going to do right now is get the old soil that was in this pot because I had plants in there, nothing really took off. Because of the winter months, they just died back. So I'm going to put some of this soil in. Just like that, and hopefully I have enough to get it in. Right now, we're not going to do nothing until we position it. So let's see how we're going to put it in. Something like this. Just for now, so we can get it to flow that way. So let me get some Mikus and put it on the roots. The reason why I soaked it for 6 hours because I didn't have a chance to repot it. There we go. And now, first we're going to have to mound it up to about here. So it has like a little step stool to sit on. So I can get my bearings straight on it. Get the roots down to there. This is going to be a little hodgepodge here, but what are you going to do? Well, that's live TV. So by doing that, I helped it to get settled by getting that root in there. Because there's not enough root on here for me to really do any root pruning. So we're just going to keep it like that. We can probably raise it up just a little bit. Don't be afraid to push it down. Yeah, arthritis and all. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Nothing else works. That's what you got to do. So if you got arthritis, look at me. I'm working. So our tiny Tim can move the roots this way. Something like that, because we got to get a position in the pot right. And it will eventually flow over this way. And you say, Tom, that's not how you say Cotoneaster. Some say Cotoneaster. Well, it's just like in the song. You say tomato, I say tomato. You say potato, I say tomato. You say Cotoneaster, I say Cotoneaster. That's the way we were brought up over here. Doesn't make a difference as long as you got the Latin name right. So I'm just going to put this here. Mr. Elephant, we're dripping a little bit. Just to hold it into place. And this is just a hodgepodge of sand, peat, Ted's Mix, perlite. And I just wanted to get something in here to get it going. So I'm going to have to find something here to let it grow out. And I could lift this up just a little bit more. Or use your fingers. Because just as this the stem here. And then I'm going to take this big rock. This one here, and put it over here to hold down the roots better. Just like that. Get it in, get it in. Get Mr. Elephant to water him in, to hold it in. I got some rocks outside. I forgot to bring him in. Now, what are you going to do? Live TV, you forget. I can't go back and cut anything. Because once it's in, it's in. But what I can do is we want this rock to look like it's into this, coming out of the, it's buried into the soil like it's a big, big rock coming out like a little boulder or something. So we got our tree coming up like that. That's why I watered it, because I wanted this to settle. Okay, Tom, what else we got here? I got some more soil here, I think. Yes, I do. I knew I didn't mix enough. You can see that. So, it's going to be a little bit different, but nothing I can do about that. When you don't got everything the way you want it, you got to improvise. And don't be afraid to improvise. So, and of course, I don't have my spray bottle with me. And of course, it's all a mess here. What are you going to do? Later on, I'll look for some moss because it's supposed to rain tonight, so I can put this outside. And I'll put this in a bit of a shaded area. Come on, Pinkie Pie. Let's give him some water. There we go. See, that'll settle in better. Pinkie Pie's doing her job. Yeah, my girl. She always likes to help out. You can see Pinkie Pie and Mr. Elephant on the children's corner. You can see how the soil is going in. You just got to push. You know, I know I'll feel it tonight in the finger, but I'm trying to use the other fingers. Just like that. And then just wipe it off. I'm just going to say, Tom, why don't you cut this a little bit back more? We could. But there's our tree growing out like the wind blew it and it toppled a bit and it's trying to straighten itself out. So we can go by that method. But I think this one, that was my root pruning ones because of the soil. Let's take this back, this one back here, and this one back here. There you go. Make it a little bit more even. And these, that piece there. Now, Tom, let's see what we got here. We got my gravel. Let's cover this up. We got our torpedo sand. That way we can give it a good covering. I had all the white perlite. And then once I put in the some moss around, it should adhere to the sand a little bit better because the sand will be wet. That'll cover up all the mistakes in the soil. And a little bit of perlite here and a little bit of perlite there ain't gonna hurt. You're not supposed to say ain't. Well, pardon my English. What are you gonna do? Like they say, it ain't necessarily so. There we go. Just get the sand there. Sand it in. Try to cover everything up we can, but with the rain coming, might mess it up a little bit, but what are you gonna do? Just for now, to get it even Steven, so to say. Come on, Mr. Elephant, let's wash that rock off. There we go. This way here with this the sand watered, that when it does rain, it'll be nice and wet. You can get some of this perlite out of here. And when it gets dry out, the wind will blow a lot of that stuff away. And there you have it. There's our little guy. So you know what tonight is. It's Wednesday night, potluck night. Whatever you want to listen on to old-time radio shows, or I'm still listening to a lot of Fibber McGee and Molly shows. They're characters. They're pretty good. And they're a real husband and wife team. So, Tom, what'd you do with your gravel? Someplace around here. It's right in front of my eyes. So we can put a little bit more here under the tree. That'll help soften up everything. Different parts of the country, people say the name's different. We were brought up to say Cotoneaster. Other people were brought up to say Cotoneaster. It's not in the name, it's in the Latin name. So, there we go. And then I'll find some moss and then put it in there later. You'll never know that was a big rock, but this rock will hold it down when it gets, if it's a heavy rain or something, it'll keep the pot from flying around. The only things I have to worry about is the squirrel digging. There we go. I wish I had a house or something for the background miniature. I don't think I do, but you know what? Just for the time being, I can put my little elephant statues here. Just to walk and So this is the front right here. Put our little elephants in there. Get some grass later. Mom taking her baby. And there you have it. I'm not going to lift it because it's heavy. Yeah, it's an old pot. I know I had some stickers on it, or I didn't put them on there right. But right now I'm going to label it. And then take some of these cuttings and see if they root. And I know Bonsai by the Sea, Mr. Bonsai by the Sea, and I forgot his name. Or I never heard his name. But he says Cotoneasters root real easily. So we'll give it a chance. We'll see what happens. At least that's what I think I heard. Sometimes that's the way the old cookie crumbles. So there you go. Ooh, that's heavy. But there's our little Cotoneaster. I'll put a label on there. And we'll go from there. 21 minutes, and it's time for you guys to hit the old sackaroolie. Hit the old sackaroolie. It's about almost 20 after 8 right now. So you take care, everybody. Have a good night. Cup of tea. Old time radio. Potluck night. Take care, everybody.